Also, part of our police training is we are taught, we ask, we tell, and then we make.
Thank you, Your Honour. The police call Cherie Hare to the stand.
Do you swear by Almighty God that the evidence you're about to give regarding the matter and the whole court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Can you please state your full name for the court?
Cherie and Hare.
And what do you do for work?
I'm police constable at the Auckland Airport, first responder.
And how long have you been stationed there?
I've been 8 years at the airport, this coming January.
And how long in total with the New Zealand Police?
21 years on the 3rd of February next year.
And so we were saying Constable Hare, but it is Hare. Is it Constable Hare?
That's Hare, that's my married name.
And on the 16th of July 2022, were you also still working at the Auckland Airport base for the police?
Yes.
And on that day, were you working an early shift with Senior Constable Schuster?
Yes.
And at some point that morning, were you called to the Jetstar desk at the domestic terminal?
Yes.
And what was the basis for being called there?
For a male who was being disorderly, and we were called by monitoring over the airport radio, police radio, and I wrote in my notebook, disorderly male, prior to going to the incident.
Appreciating you've been in court throughout, what I might do is play the footage, and similar to Constable Schuster, I'll just play a clip and pause it and get you to talk us through what's happening in it. But equally, if you want me to pause at any point, just let me know.
Do you want to sit in front of the screen rather than angle at the table?
Is that a better angle for you there?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like he's already paid.
Oh, well. No, they can't touch me, honestly. Okay, I haven't done anything wrong. This is, no. Sorry, your QID number, mate? Your QID number? Can I get that? Yeah. That's nice, thank you. And you? QID number, identification?
Are you with these ladies?
And so that's yourself and Constable Schuster in the video?
Constable Schuster.
And yourself?
Yes.
And if you just talk us through what's happening there in the video we just saw?
Yes. Yeah, we arrived there together at the domestic terminal Jetstar end for the disorderly behaviour job, and male filming people, members of the public. We approached. Constable Schuster was spoken to first. He was asked for his ID, which he gave. And then he came up to me and said, obviously, and yours. It's not normal practice at all for a police officer to wear the blue ID on the street or anywhere else, except for in a police station. We only have them there for airport security reasons under the CAA rules. So wearing it on our vest is for security reasons, not for a member of the public to demand it as the defendant was. My QID is on my shoulder, and that's my identification.
I'll just play on for a bit now.
No, I'm just asking for your identification.
Not to be filming in here.
Is that right?
Can you turn your phone off, please?
No, I can film. It's a public place.
Understand, he's asked you to
This is a
turn it
public
off.
place.
No, it
Don't
isn't,
touch me,
it's
mate.
private. Turn it
Yeah.
off.
Okay.
Turn
I've
it
been.
off.
Do you want to just talk us through what you're saying there?
I'm asking him to turn his phone off, not to record, as I think it's quite offensive to be quite up to somebody like that. He's declining my request, and
In the video we just saw, you referred to he.
the defendant's great.
No, sorry, in the video you said he's asked you to, I can go back, I think you said he's asked you to stop recording. Did you remember that we just saw?
The Skygate security, Mr. McIndoe.
That's who you're referring to?
Yes. And I could see something had gone bad, because under normal circumstances when we go to a job with Skygate security, they approach the problem with us and talk with us and see us through it, but I could tell that something had gone wrong for Mr. McIndoe not to approach and support us in our role with supporting Skygate security as their role. And he had told me on the way in that he'd asked him to stop filming. So I got a very brief outline of the situation from him.
And when did you receive that outline from him?
Prior to being in the video, as we walked in, I had a conversation with him just briefly. That this had been happening.
Quite reserved, right?
Yeah.
I've been
Turn your
asking
phone
this.
off.
No, I'm not.
Come on out.
No.
Turn your phone
Okay, are you arresting me? Are you arresting me?
A chat with you.
Yep,
So
okay, we can chat here because
tell us
I
what
need to
happened.
get to Queenstown.
Tell us what
The flight
happened.
is cancelled. I need to get to Queenstown. She's been very rude. Now, this lady's having a problem here, right? And you are very rude.
Get
I
out
need
of
to
my
see.
face.
No, it's not in your face. No, I'm not. I'm not. Obviously, you don't watch New Zealand audits, right? Okay.
And so what's happening at this point?
I've asked him over and over, the defendant over and over, to stop recording. It's almost hindering my duty, so I guess to have a cell phone in my face while I'm trying to ask the defendant to move away from the Jetstar counter so that the airline procedures can continue with booking in other passengers for their flights. It was very congested around there with, as you can see, lots of other people wanting to get onto their flight or book a flight, but it was being disrupted by the defendant and his actions.
And so that's why you've asked to move to the side?
Yes, where there was more room and a bit more appropriate to be able to engage with someone rather than right in the middle of the situation of other people of the public.
And we've just heard about New Zealand audits. Did you know what that was at the time?
No, not at all.
Do you know what it is now?
Only from what Senior Constable Schuster was saying. But even now, I don't have an interest in it, don't know what it is.
Thank you.
Really,
okay? You do not have the right to tell me to turn my phone off in a public place.
This is private.
It's not. Oh my goodness. No, it's not. No, it's not. You do not know the law. Yep. You do not know the law. Yep. Yep.
And so what do you mean about it being a private place there?
My understanding of the Auckland Airport is that it is owned by the Auckland Airport, and therefore it is a private place used by the public.
I'll just press play again.
Mate,
So what's been happening?
okay, she's just ignoring me. I said, how are we going to get down? I said, what's the reason for the cancellation, right? You were very rude. And she goes, oh, because we've got no cabin crew. Hey? Do not. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? No, I'm not.
And so what's happened there?
I guess I was told over and over that I was very rude, as the defendant kept popping that into his conversation with Senior Constable Schuster. Why he directed the phone at me while I was speaking with Senior Constable Schuster and just popping in the word that I was very rude. I took upon that myself to attempt to redirect his hand, which is part of our training. We learn about redirecting in certain circumstances, whether it's a person's body, whether it's an object. We do that very, very much in our physical training. And I took my perception that if I redirect his phone, perhaps he'll understand that I don't want that phone to be recording anymore, nor should it be, because he was in the private place.
And just where it's paused here, are you motioning over at this point?
Yes, to Officer McIndoe, because I went over to him and I said about trespassing this guy, and he said yes.
When was that?
When I walked over to him just slightly, when I was wanting to go down the track. Okay, he's not listening, he's not, also part of our police training is we are taught, we ask, we tell, and then we make. The defendant was not comprehending that he was being asked to move down there, stop filming. There was an element of disorder, and hindering my duty, and so we ask, we tell, and then we make. So I was considering those 3 steps for this incident.
And have we seen you talk to security about the trespass yet, or is that still to come?
I think it's still to come when I take a few steps towards him on the video.
Oh, well, I'll play the video. I might have asked that too early.
Yeah.
Allowed. I'm not allowed. No, do not. I'm telling you, bro, do not touch me. No, I'm not. For what? In a public place? Okay, I'm going to ring Mark. Hang on a second. I'm going to ring.
Sorry, so was that the conversation you had with the security guard you were just talking to us about?
Yes.
And that was in relation to trespassing? Was
Yes.
it? And then if you just talk us through what you said to him there?
To the defendant?
Yes.
Then straight away I told him he was trespassed, and continued to ask him to move.
Mark, do not touch me. Do not touch me. Wait a second. I'm going to ring my lawyer. I am going. No, I'm not. I'm not. Do not touch me.
I will touch you. Out you
Mate,
go.
tell her, do not touch me. No. Wait.
Out you go.
Do not touch me. Do not touch me.
Out you go.
Do not touch me.
Out you go.
I'm telling you, do
I'm
not.
telling you.
You're touching me.
Get that out of my face. Get it out of my face.
No.
Do you wish to arrest?
You're a trespasser. You don't leave this building now.
Arrest me. You will get done in court. I'm telling you right.
And so what's happening here?
Yeah, I told him he was trespassed. Verbally, he was not able to comply with my direction, my request for him to move down out of the way, because by now I decided that he really needed to be removed totally from the area. So, you know, once again, police are trained. If the person doesn't comply, how else are we going to enforce what we say without being physical with them, as I was, you know, got behind him and directed him. Part of the training that we, otherwise no one would do anything would they if they were all declining to follow direction when asked.
Now, you obviously do not watch Kiwi audits. No, it's not. Okay, I'm ringing Mark, my lawyer. Hang on a second, listen to me.
You're under arrest for trespass.
I'm not trespassing.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay.
Put your hands behind your
No,
back.
I'm not. No.
Hands behind
Okay, hang on a second. Hang on a second.
And so we heard that you placed him under arrest for trespass, is that right?
Yes.
And prior to that, what was said to him prior to that?
I warned him that he could be arrested for trespass because he had been trespassed, and yeah, made no difference.
And so following the warning was the arrest which you saw?
Yes.
Hang on a second.
Hey, sorry. Hand behind your back.
No, hang on a sec. Hold the phone. Record.
behind your
Just so it's got information for Mark. Other way.
Turn that off. Turn that off.
Do not touch my wife. You understand?
Son's on the phone. Do you want to talk to him?
Put your hand behind your back.
And what are you trying to do at this point?
I had one cuff on the defender. There's two cuff links. I had one on his left hand, and I was trying to put his arm behind his back in order to attempt to cuff both links, you know, put the other link onto the other arm once that was behind his back. But he was, you know, physically resisting me. Yeah, so it was pretty impossible. I think he's at times, you know, linked his hands together and just physically resisted, just wouldn't give in at all, you know, to no direction, any direction that was told to him from now.
I'll continue playing.
I'm telling you right now.
Fucking hell, damn.
Yep, look at
Wait,
this. Record.
fucking hell, wait there, you kids. You're taking him now.
Honestly, unlawful arrest, eh? Unlawful arrest.
Come on, guys, we're flying out. Okay.
Unlawful arrest for what? Why? Excuse me. Ask them why they're arresting me.
Hey, look, if he speaks to his son, he will calm him down.
Ask
Please,
them why
please,
they're arresting
please.
me. Ask them why they're arresting me. Trespassing. What have I done wrong?
You were asking
By
me.
whom? By whom? Trying to get to Queenstown?
Please,
By you.
please.
Who are you? Who are you?
Please.
Who are you?
Okay,
Honestly.
come on. Please.
Turn that off.
Tell
I'm
son,
not
tell
turning
son
it
to
off.
ring Mark. No,
I
don't turn it off.
can't.
No,
I can't turn
don't
it off,
turn
sorry.
It off. Film the police. Film the police. This is the whole reason why you film the police.
Hand behind your
You're
back.
hurting my hand. You're hurting my
Yes.
hand.
Put it behind your
You are
back.
hurting my hand.
And what are you trying to do here?
I'm continuing to try to put the defendant's hand behind his back. I'm holding on with the clasp, which is required to go onto the other arm, but I'm holding with all my might. Yeah, and he's really fighting it. I have concerns if I let it go that could then become a weapon. I didn't know what his demeanour, you know, like whether he was. Yeah, that's another part of the training, that you never let the other half of the handcuff go if it's not attached to the person, because it can, you know, be one round. Yeah.
Put it behind him back now.
No.
Hey, look, I can calm this down if
Honey,
he's just
tell Jade to
please.
ring Mark Ortho King and
Oh,
tell
they're
him what's
using
happened.
Oh, please. Oh, no, please.
Just resisted.
No, what happened? Yeah.
Here, here.
And have you then managed there to keep both hands clasped behind your back?
I think it may have been when Senior Constable Schuster said, "You're resisting me," in the video that the defendant has supplied to police.
And can you just describe what we've just seen, how you're walking there?
Or just there, or prior, or...
Just prior, that's
Sorry,
it.
I was facing...
Sorry, I'll go back.
Sorry.
Sorry, it's still a little further back. So that moving around a bit, can you describe what's happening there?
Yes, so Senior Constable Schuster and myself, we each linked arms each side of the defendant, but yeah, as you can see, he was looking at me, and as he was, whatever he was saying, probably those rights, he was kind of, just doing a bodily jolt, which has jerked me towards him or slightly around behind him, and I did go to attempt to open the car, but it was locked, at which point he yanked me back again. Yeah.
What was he saying to you at this point?
Yeah, all the way it was, I'm pretty sure he was talking about his rights, and can't really recall anymore. It was, yeah.
I'll just continue playing now. What's he saying to you there?
Perhaps it could be in my notebook, things I wrote down, I'm not sure, but he would have, I'm pretty sure he was just yelling about his rights, and I had attempted, the time when he yelled at me, who are you, that was when I attempted to give him his rights under the Bill of Rights Act. So, because we continued with the struggle, I waited until I could get my notebook out and write down my notes right at the time.
And so I'll just continue playing the video now. So you still have the notebook out there, is that right?
Yes.
And so is at some point here you say you're giving him his Bill of Rights?
Yes. I think at that point I offered him a mask because it was COVID time and we were getting in the car with him. But he yelled at me, "Do not put a mask on me, I'm telling you." So that, he didn't want a mask on, so we left it at that and we got in the car with him, non-mask.
And the rights you gave him at this point, what were they?
The Bill of Rights. That you are under arrest for trespass. You have the right to remain silent. You do not have to make any statement. Anything you do say will be recorded and may be given in evidence in court. You have the right to speak with a lawyer without delaying in private, and police have a list of lawyers you may speak with for free.
And, did you ask him whether he understood those rights?
Yes, I did, and then I asked him, did he want to make a statement, and he said, I know my right to silence, something like that, which I wrote in my notebook as well.
Thank you. And then we probably don't need to watch the rest of this. We saw Constable Schuster. Is it at this point you go to the station with
Yes.
him? Should I say start in terms of your role as a police officer at the airport station? What's your understanding with the police's authority to issue trespasses at the airport?
Yes, under the airport authority, we are given authority to act for them as an agent, and we have a document that stipulates that right for us to be allowed to issue trespass notices, trespass people, act under any criminal situation.
Your Honour, I just asked that this be shown. A document, and I've got a copy for Your Honour as well. My friend has a copy. Do you recognise that document?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
It's authority to act under Section 56 of the Crimes Act 1961 and Trespass Act 1980, and it's dated 25th of September 2020, and it's to Officer in Charge, New Zealand Police, Auckland Airport.
And is that the authority you just mentioned from the occupier of the airport to police to, one of the powers being to issue trespass?
Yes.
Notice? Thank you. You want to ask that be produced as Exhibit 2?
2.
I'm not sure if the footage was formally produced as by consent. Exhibit 1.
Exhibit 1.
Exhibit 1 of
The footage.
the footage and Exhibit 2.
This is Exhibit 2.
Yes, this one.
Do you want to break it 3:30?
Yes, I think that might be my last question, Your Honour. I'll just check.
Right.
The Constable, I guess just formally the CCTV footage that we've seen, which has been produced by consent, combined with the YouTube footage, that footage is something you obtained as part of your investigation as Officer in Charge?
Yes, from Skygate Security. They downloaded it from the camera system, which is extensively throughout the airport, and which was saved by the witness that was here a few weeks ago, in monitoring. And yes, so it was sent to me via an email system, Genetic, I think it's called, and downloaded.
Thank you. No further questions, John.
Right. So do we take a short break now? It's past 3, but we'll resume again X2 4.
Thanks, John.
Close the door, will stand.